I want you to hear from Friday's debate, statewide debate. This was Catherine Cortez Masto against Joe Heck. It was done here in Las Vegas and televised across the state. I don't know how many of you caught up with this, but one of the things, first of all, Catherine Cortez Masto, to me, did not help her cause. She came off as abrupt. She interrupted. She jumped right in, didn't wait to be invited into the conversation. And when she did, she went right to the Democrat talking points, trying to tie Joe Heck in with Donald J. Trump. I'm not sure if that's a smart political move, to be honest with you, but that remains to be seen. But when they actually got to talking policy, and this was an opportunity for each candidate to ask the other a question. And here was the question for Catherine Cortez Masto about China and the new island that's been created in the China Sea. Here is what transpired Friday night. This is when I realized Catherine Cortez Masto is unfit to be a United States senator.
What, if anything, should the United States do to combat China's territorial assertion in the South China Seas, especially in light of the recent Hague decision?
Mm-hmm. No, it's a great question, and I think many of us have to ensure we're going to have a president that's going to hold China accountable. Listen, we know there are our relationship with China is complicated, right? There's some areas we work together, like in North Korea and the climate accord, and there's other areas where we compete. And we know with trade alone, they've put the United States at a disadvantage with the currency manipulation and what they've been doing in the South China Seas. But because of it, we need to ensure we have a commander-in-chief who's got a steady hand, who understands those complexities, and can hold China accountable. That's not Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a national security risk. We've seen it in the security advisors who aren't supporting him. My goodness, Homeland Security Advisor Michael Chertoff is voting for Hillary Clinton. He's a Republican appointed under Donald Bush. That's why it was disappointing to me that you were continuing to support Donald Trump when you know he's a national security risk and he has no business being commander-in-chief.
Congressman Hack, you've got 30 seconds.
So as President Obama has rebalanced to the Asia Pacific, this is going to become a critically important issue, not just to our own economy, but global trade and to communities right here in southern Nevada. We have to make sure that there's freedom of navigation. $5 trillion, roughly 30% of global trade passes through the South China Seas. And if we don't have the ability to utilize that maritime passage, we will lose good-paying jobs right here in Nevada. In addition, our allies in the area, the Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, Vietnam, are very concerned about their national and economic security, and the large Filipino and Vietnamese populations right here in southern Nevada are worried about the impact on their families in the region.
Ms. Cortez Masto, 15 seconds to button this up.
Sure. No, let me just say, again, he sounds good, but at the end of the day, he's supporting Donald Trump. And to me, that's a security risk. That's not somebody who's going to be able to take on China. That's not somebody. Listen, Donald Trump said that we should go to war with China because we need unpredictability. This is somebody that Congressman Heck supports.
I don't think my opponent has been listening to the news for the last week.
Let's give you a chance now to ask.
I love that. I love that. Dr. Joe Heck, I think, proved once again why, regardless of whether you agree or disagree, and I disagree with his disavowing Donald J. Trump. I think it was a bad political move, and people I've talked to close to his campaign tell me that their numbers have come down, that they have been impacted by this distancing himself from Donald J. Trump. But all that being said, I thought you saw right there in the, what is that, 2 minutes and 21 seconds. You saw she had no idea what happened at The Hague. She had no idea where the South China Sea is and how it relates to us here in Nevada. And you saw where Joe Heck had a steady understanding of that policy and how it impacts us here in the state of Nevada. I just thought that moment, I wanted to bring you that moment because it showed you how shallow Catherine Cortez Masto is and how all she knows is the Democrat talking points. He supported Donald J. Trump. That's what Catherine Cortez Masto is all about, and that's why that was so embarrassing. But I had to play that for you because it shows you how incredibly shallow she is.